Euan, so your first interview since your body captain. Congratulations. How's it been stepping into working with a new team, a new club, but also a new role here at Queen's Park?
Yeah, it's been really good. With the captaincy, it was something that the manager had a conversation with me about throughout the summer, and it's something I'm very proud to take on. Nobody needs to tell me about the history of this club. It's ingrained everywhere around about here, and like I said, it's a really proud moment for me and my family.
And you're used to being a captain as well. You've had previous experience in that role at previous clubs.
Exactly. It's a role that I've had at various different places. It's probably one that I would say probably has brought the best out of me throughout my career. Why that is, I'm not so sure, but maybe that wee bit added responsibility. So I'm just hoping I can emulate the form I've had in previous roles and bring that to Queen's Park.
Does that kind of leadership kind of fall naturally on yourself as one of the kind of more experienced, one of the older guys in a fairly young dressing room?
I think so. I think it's important to have that experience. Like we've touched on a couple of times, I've been in this league for so many years now. I've had success through my career in this league, and like I said, I'm hoping to bring a lot of younger lads on. There's an abundance of talent in the building here, and the guys like myself, like Louis Longridge, Charlie Fox, Aidan Conley, we're hoping that we can help these guys kick on and have better careers for themselves and also for Queen's Park.
You've seen the squad up close now through a good few weeks of pre-season now. How's it been?
It's been brilliant. It's been tough, as you would imagine. Look, you can read into pre-season and results and stuff like that, but I think there's been so much positive on the park that we're certainly getting into these competitive games now feeling that there's a positivity around the place. Like I said, there's things that we need to brush up on, we know that, but over the piece, a lot of younger lads have had minutes, a lot of the experienced lads have had good minutes as well, and that's what pre-season is about. It's about getting the rights going again, it's getting ready for a really unforgiving campaign in the Championship, and going to places like Albion Rovers the other night can be a bit of an eye-opener for boys, but I felt like, particularly in the second half, we competed, and that's going to be a mainstay for the team going forward, is being able to compete in this really physical, demanding league.
It's brought a lot of tests since you came back from the summer. It's a pretty big test. Friday night against Celtic.
They don't come much bigger, to be fair, and look, it's a totally different test and a totally different animal from what we've been used to so far, but Celtic they're a winning machine, and they've got to have massive credit to the playing staff and the coaching staff, because it's not easy to win every week and every year, which they're doing now. So we go into that game, we've got to give them the utmost respect, but also we go into it knowing that you have to be bang at it, because if you're no, then we could certainly take a bit of slapping. So it's been well drummed into us, we're going to have to be better than we were the other night, but again, it's another building block for us to go and implement what the manager's looking for on and off the ball. And with the game being at home as well, it's important for us to carry on the win that we've already had. It's important, as I've said to you before, that we're going to have to be good at home. Any league folk that are there or thereabouts in leagues, their home form's always strong, and we're no different to that. So we know we face what is the best team in the country. It's going to be tough, but like I said, we're home backing for our supporters, and building on what we have so far, we're hoping we can go out and at least match them.
You've had a lot of personal experience this year against Celtic as well at the previous club, Rovers.
Aye.
So you know what to expect then with that.
That's it, as I said, they're an unbelievable team. They've got quality littered all over the park, and they know their roles inside out. And for us, Wraith, it just showed you how clinical and how unforgiving as a team they can be. I felt we were in the game at 1-0. I think we had a long throw with a couple of minutes to go, and to be fair, looking back, it was probably a bad decision just to put the ball in the box. We should maybe have just almost played for time to stay in the game, and I think 3 or 4 passes later they end up scoring at the other end. So like I said, they're a well-oiled machine, and they're ruthless, so all these minor details in the game are so important. You play against the top teams, and tomorrow will be no different.
And that game against Celtic came on the same weekend as a particularly famous win for Queen's Park in the Scottish Cup as well. Would you be looking for that again tomorrow for Queen's Park rather than your own result?
No, to be fair, it was obviously a shock to everyone at that time, but it just shows you what can happen. I remember watching the game, the Queen's Park game, and I thought they were so good in the game in terms of they were so structured, and when you play against Celtic, you play against Rangers, there's going to be a lot of suffering in the game, and you have to do a lot of unselfish running. You have to almost park your ego aside, because you probably spend long periods without the ball, but it showed you on that day that because we're so disciplined, we're so structured, and obviously Cal had a bit of a good outing as well, so you need to rely on your goalkeeper in games like that as well, and that's what they're there to do, is to pull you out a hole. And boys can take confidence for that. They played here last year, and obviously for ourselves it's about keep trying to implement those good ideas the manager's got, keep trying to work on the structure, and still gelling as well to a certain point. You know, folk need to realise that as well. As a young squad, we are trying to gel, but there's certainly been good enough signs there that we can go out there tomorrow and hopefully give a decent account of ourselves.